FSPA. My name is and I've been in love with journalism since my freshman year of high school. My love for journalism was unintentional. When I first joined the yearbook in 7th grade, it was because all the smart kids were on staff, and I considered myself smart. As an 8th grader, when I started to like journalism, I brushed aside all thoughts of being a journalist. After all, almost every Yahoo article I read on the worst careers named journalism at the top of their list. There wasn't money in journalism, it wasn't stability. When adults asked, I told them I wanted to be a lawyer. No one argues with that. Then, freshman year came along, and I fell harder and harder in love with journalism. I told the story of an aged-out football player, a librarian whose husband passed away, and a soccer player sidelined by an ACL tear. Then, a tipping point. A story on a trio of military kids who had moved overseas over Christmas break when their parents got transferred to Germany. For weeks afterward, I had people coming up to me about the story. My assistant principal stopped me before school one day in early January to tell me the piece made her cry. After that, every adult who asked me what I wanted to be got the same answer: journalist. The sad truth is, often in life, we're too afraid to go after what we want because we're afraid of the risks. So we settle for the could-haves, the would-haves, and the should-haves, and trick ourselves into believing playing it safe is the only option. But that's no way to live. If none of you took risks, I'm sure the majority of you wouldn't be sitting here right now. Journalism is many things, but easy is not one of them, and I know each one of you took some level of risk to be here today. To that, I say thank you. At its core, scholastic journalism should be a community of thinkers, leaders, and inquirers with one common goal: to put aside their own needs to tell others' stories. Every interview, every conversation, every piece where we look into ourselves and use our voices to tell those of others is a moment we grow as people. No matter the platform it's produced on, journalism teaches us to be empathetic, to break away from the preconceived thoughts of today's generation. Yes, we may be the reason the family's texting plan has to be unlimited, have a compulsive need to keep up our Snapchat streaks, and watch rap songs in our cars with lyrics which would make our grandparents cringe. But we also found out that the kid who sits alone in the lunchroom coded his own app at age 14, that the principal can speak in fluent sign language, and the baseball pitcher wears pink every day of breast cancer awareness month to honor his mother. Journalism helps us become more involved, more knowledgeable in our schools and in our communities, a quality that helps us in every facet of life. Looking at all of you, I know every one of you is an excellent journalist, but I also know some of you will put journalism aside after graduation to follow another career path, and that is great. High school journalism isn't just for future journalists. It gives us an opportunity to come together on days like these and learn from each other, to make connections that will last a lifetime. It teaches us to value the news, be advocates for the voiceless, and emphasize honesty and truth. Regardless of career path, every one of us has a responsibility to be an informed citizen, and journalism helps us do that. So, District 4, when you go back to your publications next Monday, with all the new skills you learned from today, I challenge you to funnel that energy into your work, to approach every piece like it's the most important piece, and to not stop until you've told it in the best and most accurate way possible. It's people like